Hello, welcome to the United Community Channel. This is your match reaction video. Manchester United 3, West Ham 0. A nice, comfortable game. And for once, Manchester United don't give us palpitations and potential heart attacks. And it's look, happy days. Three points in the bag. We move up the table. We've got Chris and Ben in with us as well, guys. As always, thanks for joining. Chris, I'll go to you first. What did you make of the game? Happy enough? Just a nice, easy day at the office by the looks of things.
Very happy. I mean, I can't. Besides the Maguire mistakes in the second half, I can't really say there's too much bad. I mean, controlled the game. Bruno played well. Bruno looked like a different player now that he doesn't one touch the ball everywhere. Proper midfield worked with Manu and Casemiro, and even when McMuffin came on, our donkey did better than their donkey and Calvin Phillips and picked his pocket. So, I mean, there's not much bad to say about today. I enjoyed it. I mean, 3-0, I mean, what are you going to say? We're chipping away at our negative goal difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben, what did you make of it? Happy with the performance in general?
Yeah, professional performance today, weren't it? So there was nothing too excited, but we did what we needed to do, and we've just got to build on that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get 4 or 5 games where we can play like that, and then hopefully we'll start running and playing better.
Yeah, and racking up the wins. Yeah, like I have a note put on like taken down here throughout the game. It's basically saying we look like a team again. Would you agree with that, Chris? I mean, now look, I know it's still very early doors. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves because we've been let down by this Manchester United side, on numerous occasions. But a full strength squad back, it looks a completely different team than what we're used to seeing throughout the majority of this season.
100%. I mean, I can't disagree with that. I mean, it's like, but we've talked about this. Leading up to this moment is, when we get everybody back, the Martinez back, the Casemiro back, how is that going to impact Kobe Manu and having him step up and play and getting the ball to Hoyland a little bit more and him taking a step today and, going and getting a ball and then, not just looking to pass, but taking a touch and finishing like a proper forward, like a proper number 9. I mean, that's what we want. And, it's just, we're growing. We're not the finished article yet, but I think we're growing into it. I mean, I like Rashford on the left and Garnacho on the right. I think it's starting to work. And I think, this coming weekend will be a big test, a little bit. This was a test. We did well. They tested well, came out 3-0. Now we're going to go play somebody that's for real. Like they're competing. Like I can't say anything bad about Villa right now. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just watching the Rasmus Highlands doing an interview with Sky Sports, him and Garnacho, and they've got their arms around each other. Like Ben, that shot of the 3 players sitting on the scoreboard or on the advertising board after the goal. I mean, it's the future of Manchester United, really, isn't it? And it's great to see Highland scoring goals consistently now.
Yeah, well, we've known that we get him the ball and they'll score. And like I say, it's the whole team, even in defence when they're giving corners, they celebrate like they've scored, don't they? Just about getting your team bond together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Talk to me. Sorry, you're kind of breaking up a little bit there on me, Ben.
The team back, and we're just starting to play better. So next 3 or 4 weeks, if we can play like that, that's perfect, and then we'll kick on from there.
Yeah, 100%. Chris, I want to go to you real quick about Lisandro Martinez. Bit of a concern with him coming off. I mean, how vital is he in terms of the way we want to play? And, it just takes so much kind of pressure off of us, I think. And I think, him being missing is a big disappointment. Hopefully it won't be for too long.
Linchpin. I mean, he's what makes us go, I think. I mean, honestly, I think he is. I mean, the way he plays you know, and breaks up plays and how he, you know, ball playing center back. I mean, I like we said in the chat, you know, Maguire played some nice balls today, but I mean, Martinez is so calm, cool, collected. He steps in front of defender or attackers and defends in their face. You know, doesn't give them any room. You know, because he's I mean, he's younger and everything like that. Our other guys are, you know, they need a little bit of extra rooms because they got to, you know, maintain the pace. But I mean, I think he's he's what makes us go. I mean, at this moment, you know, I mean, it's if he can't play, it's gonna hurt, especially against Oli Watkins. You know, I mean, because I think he can he can control Oli Watkins. No offense to, I mean, that's Ben's favorite player, but you know, it's I think he'd be able to control it. And I mean, I'm excited to see him against Villa because if we have our squad with Martinez in, and we have Mainu, Casemiro, and Rashford on a week's rest, and you know, and Bruno in the midfield, you know, I think we. I mean, I'm optimistic that we can pull out a victory there. I mean, we can compete with them. As if we play like we did today, we can compete with Villa. I think we can shut them down. I mean, I watched the Sheffield United Villa game, and Sheffield United quit. They were terrible. They're, you know, like there's nothing much to say about it. And they gave Villa so much room to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, 100%. Let me get down through some of the comments here. We'll see what people have to say. Danny says, it's a great result for Man United. Couldn't have asked for a better result, especially after we beat Villa. Let's hope we can go on and beat Villa next weekend. Come on, United. Oshin says, Ben, you're not reading the script, whatever that means. I'm sure that's your own little fucking shite in your little group, whatever that's all about. Let's see. Daryl says, good result today, and Onana finally found his hands. He certainly did. He made some really important saves. Oshin says, it was a complete performance it was as complete a performance as we've seen in a long time. Players were anonymous because we weren't given out about them, which is what you want. Absolutely. Finn says, it's not looking good for Martinez at all with these injuries. Let's see. Jake says, what a win. We definitely need that back-to-back wins. Neverworld says, Highland, Manu, and Garnacho are the three Ten Hags needing to build the team around in regards to any restructuring in the summer. I couldn't agree with you more. Danny says, I'm devastated that Martinez went off injured after he just came back. I'm hoping it's not serious. And then Oshin says, Leach's playing style leads him to getting injured. He's mopping up and covering for others. Not so much today, but it's a contributing factor to why he's getting hurt. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Ben, a little bit on Casemiro. I was keeping an eye on him today. He looks sharp, and you know, we go back to what we've been saying there about you know, how Lisandro Martinez is important to us. I think equally with Casemiro, like he looks like he's back to maybe his best or his full fitness. Maybe is probably the easiest way of saying it. What did you make of him today?
So, yeah, he's looking sharp. Give him another 2 or 3 games, and I think we'll see the proper best out of him again. So,
yeah, happy days. Chris, any uptake on that as well? Casemiro, like he is really important for us, isn't he? And like with talks of him potentially, you know, people saying he should be sold or whatever, I think it's a bit premature.
Oh, it's the same kind of fodder that you get when, you know, we tie or lose a game, then all of a sudden it's Ten Hag out. It's if you know, Casemiro has a bad game, it's all of a sudden we have to sell him now. I mean, yeah, I mean, did he look great at the beginning of the season? No. Had injury, comes back, looking great. I mean, playing well. And I think it makes a big difference having Kobe Mainu there because of how calm and cool and collected he is. Yeah. And he, like, if you watch him, he's always around to give you an outlet. Like, if you have the ball, he's always, where before, I think everybody's trying to, you know, they got to, you know, pick their head up and try to find someone, where Mainu's probably standing there going, hey, I'm right here. Right here. And, you know, there's the outlet, and it's the way the midfield should be playing. You know, it's very assuring. It's very assuring, to be honest. And I mean, I like it. I don't think the Casemiro or the Leach thing, I'm hopeful that you know, I mean, he walked off, and it's just like anybody. You wrench your knee a little bit, you know, and it's strained out a little bit, and it doesn't come back right away. Like, meaning you feel a little weak. So he'll get the rest, he'll get the ice, he's got a full week to recover. I think he'll be all right, you know, but
the one concern I would have with Lisandro Martinez is that if he got shot in the face, he would still probably walk off the field. You know what I mean?
Good point. It's a good point. But I mean, I don't think it was, you know, it seemed like his knee was just a little, you know, and we've all done it. You tweak your knee a little bit, and then for a while it's a little weak, and you're just unsure of it, and you know, and you don't want to be off for a couple minutes of the game playing 10 men down. So I think it's precautionary, and I think I mean, more of if anything, a slight strain or something like that. But I'm optimistic about it. I mean, I have to be, you know.
Talk to me a little bit while you're there, Chris, about Garnacho. Obviously, you got a brace today. Really, really good. I've got a little note down as well about him, though, in relation to his final ball. You know, just picking the right pass at the right time is something that, now I know he's young and inexperienced, but if you're being hypercritical, it's probably something that he does need to improve on.
No, I mean, I'll be honest. I think all three of Rashford, Garnacho, and Højlund at that point, maybe, I mean, they're just now coming into their own, you know, as a group. I mean, so, you know, everybody playing in their positions, you know, left wing, right wing, you know, number 9, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time. It doesn't just happen overnight. And, you know, like that ball that he tried to play across from Rashford, you could tell, I mean, was it a slight, I mean, was the pass a little light? Yes, but at the same time, Rashford really wasn't making that run in, because like he was kind of caught dead-footed on the outside. So it takes some time. I mean, we can be hypercritical of him because that's, you know, we have to be. That's what we do. And but I mean, I think it's coming around. I really do. I really think it's coming around, and it's looking the right way. You know, we're trending up is what we want, you know, instead of, you know, I mean, not to say anything bad for Paul, but the Blues are trending down. I mean, and I've watched Chelsea a couple of times, and we play much better than they do, even though they spent all that money, spent $200 million on their midfield, and they get nothing out of it.
I'm fucking delighted for him. Sorry, Paul, if you're watching. Ben, talk to me a little bit about Marcus Rashford. Now, look, we know he's got a long way to go to, I would say, probably regain the trust of the fan base more than anything. I like him. I want him to succeed. I want him to do well. I think he had another quite positive game today. You know, didn't really do anything wrong. His decision making seems to be improving a little bit. What did you make of his performance today?
Yeah, it was steady enough today. I don't think we should be selling him. We've had the conversation about selling him, but even if the money's right, who are you going to replace him with? If he's in the team, like we've said about everybody, give him 3 or 4 games. If we're playing like that, he'll only improve, won't he?
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean. Chris, go on, take up on that in terms of actually selling Rashford, and you know,
I mean, Rashford's one of my favorites. I mean, as much as he made boneheaded decision and everything like that, he's one of my favorites. And like Ben said, I have to echo it, is who are you going to replace him with? One, and you know, as much as we want to say, yeah, let's sell him and but let's have some realistic expectations. If the front 3 are playing the way they're supposed to be playing, he's not going to be a 30-goal scorer anymore. He's going to be more like maybe a 20-goal scorer with 17 with 17 assists. That's more like, you know, if we look down the road, we can't expect him to be scoring 30 over on the wing, because then Højlund's not going to be getting what the chances that he needs. So we have to be realistic on what we want from him. And I think somewhere around, you know, 17 goals, 20 assists, and I'll be very happy with Rashford on the left wing, you know, at that point. And so I think we really have to taper, you know, what the expectations are. And I mean, of course, do we want the effort? Effort is a must. We have to have the effort. You know, when he was dogging it early on the season, you go sit down if you're going to be like that. So I get that, but I don't think this summer transfer window, looking forward, we don't need to replace Rashford. I mean, we don't have the time or money to do that. You know, I mean, we, you know, maybe down the road, I don't know, but at the same time, like we have to be able, at some point you got to keep the team together so they can play together, you know.
I get you. Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see Rasmus Højlund scoring again now. That's 4 consecutive Premier League games. I mean, the kid can fucking score goals, really, can't he?
Super excited. Super excited. Like I can't especially the way he scored today. He came back as more of a false nine and gathered the ball and took someone on and scored from outside the box.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where you're looking at and you go that he can be a complete number 9. He's just not going to sit on someone's shoulder waiting for you to play a through ball, you know, or anything. So I'm very excited.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Ben, I'll throw this one to you, right? Because we're all going to get a bit of a laugh out with this one, I would presume. Scott McTominay has been involved in a goal again today, all right? Is there a case for him to stay at Manchester United beyond the summer?
No. It's what we need
Thanks
this
for watching,
season.
guys. We'll leave it there.
Yeah. It's what we need at the minute this season because we ain't got nobody there, but we can replace him with someone better. But this moment in time in the team, if he's going to come on and do that, then fair enough, because like you say, he's an impact sub, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I made a point, and I've been listening to a couple podcasts and stuff like that, that it's a very true statement that if we sell McTominay and we sell Greenwood, the money from that is 100% positive and goes towards our FFP because they're homegrown. So I think it's a necessary thing that we have to do because we have to offset the screw up of Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest reason, I think. I mean, like you said, Jack, and you know my feelings about the guy. If he's relegated to a super sub kind of thing, I get it. But at the same time, I think it's a necessary thing for our FFP that we cash in while we can. Because I don't think after this season, if he stays next season, he's going to be 28, 29. You really going to cash in on him then? No. I mean, this is the right time to do it. I mean,
yeah, I get you. Let me get through some of the comments here before we finish up. Neverworld says, just watching Manu, when he's off the ball, he's scanning the play and moving into where he needs to be. And when he gets the ball, the same scanning of the game lets him know where to play the ball. Yeah, he's just, I mean, he has saved us 80 to 100 million, like in terms of buying a central midfielder. Darryl says, hopefully Martinez's injury is only precautionary. Oshin says, best man management from today from Erik ten Hag, which says a lot coming from me. Handled Martinez perfectly, gave him 5, seeking he run it off, then protected him. Same with Manu, who looked a little tired. Yeah, and even the substitutions, like, and I know we go back to Scott McTominay, he's after bringing him on twice, and he's been involved in goals within 5 minutes of coming on both, you know, in the last 2 games, you know. So you have to give a little bit of credit there to Ten Hag. Neverall says, could try and pinch Leao off Milan if Rashford goes. He wouldn't be he wouldn't be cheap. Oshin says, I get the feeling Erik ten Hag got through to Rashford the way he wanted, but couldn't with Sancho, different players since Belfast. I agree. And I think, you know, the most revealing thing that Erik ten Hag said, I think, was when he was asked about the difference between Sancho and Rashford. He goes, Sancho decided to make it public. We can keep everything in-house. You know what I mean? And I thought that was brilliant. Michael says, if you give Højlund the service, he will score plenty of goals. Thoughts on McSauce today? I commented during the game that was him coming on was going to cost Ten Hag, and he does it again. Yeah, I thought he done okay when he came on.
He did.
So he did. Neverworld says, the spine of that team is coming into the picture finally. Højlund, Manu, just need that solid, consistent centre half, and Onana if he gets back to Inter form. Finn says, not a bad start to 2024. 4 wins and a draw versus Spurs. Is it too early to say the penny has dropped? It's probably not too early to say it, but you would be reluctant to say it as a United fan, given what, you know, this team has done to us. But yeah, that's it, guys. Short and sweet, happy days. We'll all go off now and enjoy, hopefully, I don't even know who I want to win between Arsenal and Liverpool. I hate both of them so much.
I think it's as some of the guys said it, or I'll make the one comment before I was going to say about Manu. Who's the guy that in England, the guy with the big beard, Steve Howland, is that his name?
Oh, Steve Howson.
He, like what he said, I was watching the one show, is that He goes, I want to know who taught Kobe Mainu how to play ball.
Yeah.
You should put him on staff right now because like that guy is great.
He needs to write a book.
He does, or something, or just someone needs to hire him at that point. But at the same time, I think the EPL has a little bit of, we're going to let Liverpool win because some of the stuff they're getting away with is just obscene.
I know.
It's bad. So, but I got to be a Gunner fan right here because you don't want them to run away with it.
I fucking hate Arsenal so much.
I know, but who do you hate worse, Jack?
Yeah, I know. I know. I tell you, there's not a lot in it. You know what I mean? There isn't a lot in it.
I hate Arteta. Arteta's like, oh, I can't stand the guy, but I got to root for him because I don't want Liverpool to run away with the title.
What annoys me about Arteta more than anything else is that when he was a player, he was so calm and composed on the field, never shouted or and he's a manager. He's just a fucking head the ball, you know. Anyway,
so are you doing Chinese then?
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to spin the wheel now or something and see what it lands on. It's either Chinese or Supermax.
I did that search and I'm like, this girl I put it in the chat, but she just dumps that curry sauce. I'm like going, that's not even Chinese food. Like it's just it's not even close. Like
it is. If I get a Chinese tonight, I'll send you a picture of it. It's unbelievable. Right, lads.
After you've done your Granacho homework, that is.
Yeah, fuck off now. Don't start again.
It was a good one though, Jack. Come on. I
was just frantically.
You had a bit of panic.
There was panic there. There definitely was. And then I was kind of getting a bit tick on. Well, fuck him. You know what I mean? If he wants to leave
that's
tonight,
what we were hoping for.
Yeah.
That's what we were hoping for. And then when Ben put in the link, you had to read it like, wait, what is that?
Well, yeah. I was like, what? Bastards. Anyway, dickheads. Right, lads, thanks for watching. Please smash a like on the video if you haven't already done so. I'll be back. What day is today? I'll be back tomorrow night for our usual transfer show or our news show tomorrow night.
Have you done manager recently or no?
Sorry?
Have you done football manager recently or no?
I haven't really got like. It's a 3-hour stream that I have to do. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh!
When I do it, it's just too heavy. It's just too heavy for me.
I downloaded the game on my PC and it's rough. Like
I love playing it, but I haven't like with kids and obviously doing watch-alongs and all that.
Yeah,
3-hour streams are not favorable in my house at the moment. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, lads, look, appreciate you dropping by as always. Anybody that's watching, smash a like on the video, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Broke 7,000 subscribers this week. Next goal is 10,000. Lads, I'll chat to you during the week. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, catch you later.
Cheers, guys.
Take it easy.